What's up, Renegade Nation? Before we begin the video, I'd like to give a big shout out to our most recent Patreon supporters: Christopher Bulk, Sean Silence, Funny Music Man, Connor Nipper, TMA is Nice, Kevin Hotz, Lewis Todd, Kelsey Decker, Baron Paradox, Lee Run Nan, Hannibal Lecter, West 00, James Butterworth, Baz, Mysterious Mage, Daniel Hudson, Brandon Chapman, Brian Nowatchik, Dark LPs, Anthony, Bailey Quinnell, Jasmine36, Lucas Bornschuer, Kevin Mraz, Jocelyn, Brennan Goff, DJ Jams, Meryl Streep's Oscars, Jarvis Folks, Ann Van Leeuwen, AZ1598525, Matthew Perman, Samuel Ward, Osmosis, and Jeffrey Maple. Thank you all very much for your support, and if you want to support us on Patreon, feel free to click the link down below to find out more. We'll see you there.
People always want to be complaining about how they don't want to listen to death metal because I couldn't understand anything they're saying. Yet everybody went to the fucking movie theater and saw this movie and understood this motherfucker perfectly fine.
No, they didn't. I watched this movie and I'm just like, really wish they had subtitles on.
I don't know. I understood him fine when I went.
It's like, yes, you'll be like a turd in the wind. It's like a turd in the wind. Last time I checked, like, turds don't really fly. They like flop down or get flushed down the toilet.
Yes, that's true.
So some of the writing in this film was not
Unless
the
it's
best.
a bird turd, in which case the wind can fuck you over.
The wind
on
can
that
carry
one.
it a little bit, but again, dude, like, that's bird poop. He said a turd.
Yeah, I guess.
Like,
I've never seen this movie.
and you know what? That's okay.
Yeah,
I
haven't watched any of the Marvel Universe stuff, so...
Well, this is a little bit separate. This is something I think they're building up for whenever Sony's trying to build these up to whenever they get full control over Spider-Man again. Whenever the hell
I
that
still
is.
haven't heard for sure. Like, I know, basically, like, without spoiling too much, the quote-unquote, like, after credits of this set it up for a definite known character in a sequel, and I still haven't heard anything about that. I don't know if they're...
Andy Serkis is directing it. Tom Hardy's coming back.
They actually are doing it?
Yes.
Okay.
And
like they got into production in it, or if they just hoped they were going to do that, but they still haven't got it started? Or what?
I think they have started.
Okay.
Not 100% on that, but I do remember reading that they were in production at one point. So, yeah, Venom has had a very spotty history on film. I mean, there was the very embarrassing version of him in Spider-Man 3, which...
I never watched Spider-Man 3.
Be thankful, because it was a mess.
I actually have seen those. I've seen those in theaters. The
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen those in theaters.
Yeah.
That was years ago.
So, I'll say this. The first two Spider-Man movies that featured Tobey Maguire, the first one was pretty good. Second one was friggin' amazing. And the third one was not good. Let's just say that. Not very good at all. So
Emo Tobey Maguire. That was a weird director's choice.
Emo Maguire. Which, here's the thing. They did not want to do Venom in the third film. They wanted to save him for a fourth film. But the whole thing with Sandman, I like, Sandman is a good villain, and how they had him presented in the third film actually was pretty cool. But then they just had to ruin it by trying to include more villains. I mean, because not only is Peter fighting against Sandman, but he's also fighting against Harry as the new Green Goblin and Venom. So it's just like, well, shit. It's a trifecta of, there's half the Sinister Six right there, and y'all ain't, like, I mean, y'all pretty much are just trying to do too much.
Yeah, I think having more than one or at most two like major villains per superhero film is a bad step unless you're doing it as like a actual like group like the Sinister Six or something. You know?
Yeah.
Even then, like the Sinister Six still felt like in the Spider-Man game to me that overall they could have been given more in terms of each individual's like screen time and stuff, basically.
Yeah.
Gameplay time, like.
Well.
So even in a major video game, you know, it's still like having that many villains kind of narrows down on what you can do in the amount of time you have. So like trying to fit them all into like one movie is kind of a difficult task in my opinion.
Yeah, it can be. And I think ensemble films, you know, like the Avengers, if that's possible, I think a Sinister Six film should be possible. I mean, they tried to do something with Suicide Squad, and it didn't pan out very well, but oh well. I guess that's just how things go. But, okay. That being said, though, Venom, when it came out, it made a lot of money, but a lot of people were still disappointed with how they wrote Venom, and also the fact that none of the characters outside of Eddie Brock and Venom were interesting at all. Which, oh well. Guess that's just how it goes. So, we're going to get this put up on screen, and we're going to give this a watch. See what Doug Walker has to say about Venom. Given his how much he talks about the Spider-Man movies in the past. See what he's got to say about Venom. Here we go.
October 5th, 2018. With Spider-Man Cinematic Future playing ping pong with its copyright, Sony decides to do a cinematic release based on one of Spider-Man's most popular villains, Venom. While critics and comic book fans seemed upset at the film, many movie-going audiences found it a fun romp that reminded them of mid to late 90s cinema, even down to an end credit rap where the title of the movie is mentioned. It's like an Addams Family rap all over again. Oh, that's a thing again? Okay. While Eminem fans argue whether to like this legitimately or ironically, many were disappointed they did not get the deep, complex, and tormented character that years of great writing have given them. Are fans overthinking this too much, or is this truly a turd rolling in the wind? One thing's for sure, there's gonna be a lot of Tom Hardy hiccup burping. I'm Nostalgia Stack, and welcome to Nostalgia Ween.
We're doing an Unsolved Mysteries thing. Alright.
Somebody's got some After Effects skills.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic guy. Remember it? Ow! What the hell?
Do not be alarmed. I have taken over your body.
Oh, this is because I'm reviewing Venom, isn't it?
Yes, I want you to talk about...
How it could have been a better movie if it just dived into the torture personality that the original source material gave us?
In so many words.
Well, I was gonna do that anyway, so I don't need any Simpson oats
Symbiotes, you idiot.
taking over my body, so piss off!
But Critic, you have to understand what Venom could have been. Sure, it has some fun moments here and there, but being satisfied with this film is like being satisfied with Batman and Robin, when we could have gotten Joker. There's a whole universe of brilliant not being explored.
Alright, if it means that much to you, I'll let you stick around.
I believe the correct order is me letting you stay around.
Ow! Alright, can I just begin?
We can begin.
Wow.
This is my review.
Venom really became a communist.
A review of Venom. The film opens with
My
something
review,
bad happening
our
in space.
review.
Hey, that's a new concept. A ship crashes as its owner, Carlton Drake, played by Riz Ahmed, discovers that one of the alien substances they were bringing back is missing.
One of the astronauts is still alive.
That's Jameson.
Tell my dad I got pictures of Spider-Man. They put him in an ambulance, but the alien substance takes over his body and causes it to almost crash. Oh, I mean, it does actually crash in the movie, but crappy CGI takes over, so we don't see how it actually would have crashed. A medic is possessed by the alien substance as we cut to... Man, I thought there was gonna be something scary under that pillow. Good fake out. This is Eddie Brock, played by Tom Hardy, who lives with his lawyer fiancée Anne, played by Michelle Williams, and is an edgy online journalist who likes to tell it how it is.
City doesn't care about these people any more than the killer does.
I'll stick with dailybugle.net, thank you very much.
Eddie Brock here, reporting today from downtown Oakland where...
Oh no, they're taking on the style of Ang Lee's Hulk! Stop, movie, stop! Oh, they do. They only use this style once, and then it's never used again. Isn't that kind of like transitioning like this? And then never doing that again?
Talk about Eddie's character.
Christ, I forgot you were a thing.
That's what most people say about this movie. Now talk about Eddie's character.
What about him? He's just a typical online journalist. A little eccentric, kooky, and talking like he's John Travolta from the 70s.
There's no such thing as can't.
All right, I'll do it.
MIT.
Again, like most online journalists.
That's the thing. Eddie Brock is not like that. He was raised in a strict Catholic household, with his mother dying in childbirth, leaving him with an angry, resentful father. While drunk driving, he accidentally kills a little boy and wants to go to jail for his punishment, but his father refuses to let him go to prison. He thinks he earns his father's approval by exposing a serial killer, but Spider-Man brings in the real culprit. This results in him being fired, his wife getting a divorce, his father cutting all ties, and he even considers suicide. Thus, he wants revenge on Spider-Man as he projects all his years of anger and abuse onto him.
Wow, all of that sounds insanely interesting. Like, he was meant to be a complex villain.
Yes. Now what happens to this Brock?
Well, he tries exposing Drake for some of his wrongdoings by checking Anne's emails, who works for him.
I don't have a source per se, but I have a hunch.
We don't go off half-cocked based on a hunch.
You sure you're not an online journalist? Yeah, anyway, Drake gets him fired, also resulting in Anne leaving him, and 6 months later, he's, I guess, bummed out, but still seems well enough to live in San Francisco, give $20 to homeless people, pay rent on a giant-ass apartment, drink in high-end bars, and look like he just got off of a GQ cover. Again, not poor, but 90s movie poor.
You look like shit.
Does he?
Exactly. It's missing both the depth of the character and the reason for his depth, so you feel very little.
But come on, he challenges neck beards, that's gotta count for something.
Some people are trying to watch that.
Oh, you are you?
Okay, I am way too hipster to go up against Tom Hardy. You know, I was thinking about growing a neck beard. Thank you.
No problem.
An empty newspaper stand? Now I know this is a work of fiction.
Cost you $5.
$5 for a paper that's free?
He befriends other San Francisco Knights down on their luck as Hardy, per usual, is giving a very entertaining performance.
Carlton Drake ruined me, finished. And you should be very, very, very afraid.
But it's so odd and angsty, it's kind of like he already thinks he has his Venom powers. All right, Tom, we're gonna make you look really cool and not at all crazy when we put these effects in. So constantly act like there's black goo flying around you and keep making Bobcat Goldthwait sounds.
Oh.
Huh?
Where is that?
Was that gun?
Yeah.
What's that? No effects are going there? By God, stop! What? We don't have time to do reshoots. It looks great. He's approached by a scientist named Doris Skirth, who says Drake is up to no good and she can get him a story to expose him.
Because I am done with all of this shit.
He says he's not interested, but he randomly bumps into his ex-fiancée and suddenly he's interested again.
We're gonna try and find our way back.
You did this, Eddie. Hello, this is Dr. Skirt.
Talk to me.
What changed your mind?
My old girlfriend reminded me I suck.
Okay, whatever gets you up in the morning. Thankfully, there's no security cameras to record the break-in because, you know, smart! As she takes him to the symbiotes they found in space, as well as the human host they've been experimenting on.
Aliens.
What?
You really trust this guy to tell a credible story about what's going on in this place? I trust a story from Bruce Almighty before believing this putz. He sees one of the homeless people infected with the symbiote and breaks her out, resulting in him getting infected. We get, honestly, a pretty decent chase scene as he outruns the security. Oh, they do have that, huh? Yeah, four-wheelers, guns, motorcycles, but not one security camera. You know, cuz. And he makes his way back home where he starts acting strange.
Oh, I got a bunch of photographs. You were published those photographs, but I needed to come with me. You can just call me back. Call me back.
Actually, what am I talking about? This is not that much different from how he was before. It's like Willem Dafoe and Spider-Man. He's actually a little weirder before the transformation.
Yeah.
Well, I hear somebody saying, "This is a fine, how do you do?"
Eddie, please.
Much better.
You know, I take it back. It's not Bobcat Goldthwait grunts, it's Adam Sandler squeaks.
What?
I mean, mommy. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hot. Is anyone else hot?
Yo.
$5 for a paper that's free.
All right, enjoy the cash.
Give the film credit, the doctor Ann is dating legitimately wants to help him and performs tests on him. Come on, you call yourself a 90s movie, he should clearly be marrying her for the money and or sending her kids to boarding school. Despite turning him into a Goomba, he sends Brock home, but some men are there waiting for him, and he starts hearing a voice in his head.
What are you doing? You are making us look bad.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Why would you do that?
Again, props to Hardy for moving so convincingly, it's like Will Smith's genie is controlling him.
I'm so sorry about your friends.
Oh!
Just not real, you're in my head, because you're just a parasite.
Parasite?
You're the online journalist!
Ouch.
So when I saw this movie on the big screen, this chase was kind of a mess, but I have to admit on a smaller screen I can make it out a lot better, and it's actually rather impressive. The mix of stunt work and CG actually blends together pretty good. Especially how many times they put that theater in the background. That could have been easy to do.
Oh.
We just want to give you Amazon gifts! The symbiote finally takes over though, revealing himself as Venom, the horrifying monster who PG-13s his enemies to death.
What the hell are you?
I am Venom.
See, now come on, that's kind of cool. Venom has a cool design both on and off Brock. He has a menacing voice and okay effects. Maybe this isn't half bad.
If only you understood what you were missing.
Yeah, well, why don't you do a better job explaining?
Why, when you have me?
Oh.
Whoa, who are you?
All right, let's do this one last time. We are Venom, star of Page, television, and the big screen.
Ooh, my spider sense is tingling.
We don't talk about this. We are an alien life form who attached ourselves to Peter Parker, but after he deemed us corrupting his soul, he abandoned us, and we found Eddie Brock. We nourished his hatred for Spider-Man, feeding into his anger. At times he tried to fight us, but we always knew how to give in to his dark side. We are Venom, the ultimate Spider-Man villain.
But wait, over time, didn't you end up doing good? You joined Spider-Man to fight evil and maximum carnage, and Brock convinces you to save people every once in a while?
Yes, but is that what people remember him for? Magneto helped the X-Men here and there. At the end of the day, would you call him a good guy? Would you be upset if he never battled the X-Men in any of their movies?
Well, yeah.
It's only over years of comics that Brock grows a conscience, and that's not what the character's best remembered for. They don't even get the pronouns right half the time, switching from I to us, sometimes in the same scene. You did not find us. We found you. Think of yourself as my bride.
Maybe he was transitioning.
Seriously?
Okay, it's not the most faithful or consistent, but I'm kind of used to that in Spider-Man movies by now. It's like telling Aunt May not to give needlessly long advice.
The world needs a hero.
No.
Courageous, self-sacrificing people.
We really got
Please
that.
stop.
I mean, like,
Yeah,
that's one
yeah.
we understood. I mean, I
Okay.
really think
Okay.
and wrap this
People
up.
line
I
up
mean,
for
it
them
really...
and they cheer.
I think we just have to take
They
it.
scream their names, and years later they'll tell how they stood in the rain for hours just to get a glimpse of the one who taught them how to hold on
That's how I
a
feel cuss
second
words at work.
longer.
Yeah.
I believe there's a hero in all of us. It gives us strength and finally allows us to
Her
die
voice is shrill.
with pride.
Yeah, pretty bad.
Whew.
Hey, everybody, you can see us
Sometimes
at
it sounds
Grand...
like Critic draws out bits too long.
Yeah, a little bit.
So drop on by, and hopefully we'll see you there.
Is that Tum Tum's mask back there?
3
Yeah.
cups of flour, 2 tablespoons of salt, and bake it for 20 minutes. And
How could you
that's
fall
how
asleep
you
with
make
that
the
sound happening?
perfect red
He's
velvet
heard it so many
cake.
times, he's honestly bored of it.
Tuned it out.
Well, I think I'll go be old over there now.
Thank you.
Bye.
That is a very strange lady.
No shit.
So Anne's doctor boyfriend, which saying that out loud makes me want to see him like this, says Eddie's tests are literally off the chart and he needs to come back to the hospital.
Eddie Brock here, leave a message. Shit.
Oh, come on, Brock, you're a new man now. Leave a proper message.
Hi, this is Eddie.
And a symbiote.
We're Venom. We're
not
here
right.
now.
So
leave a message.
Let's go eat some heads.
Okay.
She reaches his apartment but finds cops all over the place.
Building's been evacuated. Get off the streets. Go home. There's bodies all over the city tonight.
Wait, not to spread panic, asshole.
There's bodies all over the city tonight.
Also, maybe alien creatures eating heads. Tell everyone you know there's alien creatures eating heads. Why does that always happen? Brock and Venom drop off evidence of Drake's wrongdoing at his old work, but the police show up to stop him. Now, the idea of Venom fighting in a gas-filled room is a pretty cool one. You can get some creepy shots of him silhouetted or coming out of the smoke. It look awesome as hell. But the way it's shot, it's way too cluttered and hard to make out. Imagine you're at a rave, but you're a flea on a swinging monkey. It's kind of shot like that. To add insult to injury, the CG takes over so much it looks like a Devil May Cry game the more it continues. I want a point meter that shows the collection of gory deaths you're not raking up. After fighting them off, Anne finds Brock and he tries telling her what's going on.
I can't go with you.
Get in the car, Eddie. In the back.
I like her. Get in.
Why would saying that make him suddenly like her?
Get in the car, Eddie.
I like her. I can't help it. I love being bossed around. Now say, you're a dirty Venom. Oh yeah, call me Mr. Game & Watch Snot. Don't act like we're not connecting. You feel sad, do you not, Eddie? You never apologized. You might not live to get another chance.
What is he, a couples therapist now? What does he care? What am I gonna see him on a Dr. Phil style show?
You can't count your chickens until they burst out of the host and start eating brains. This is a fact.
Wow.
Meanwhile, at Drake's lab, oh sheesh, a little girl snuck in. You really do have the worst security. It turns out this is the escaped symbiote named Riot, who bonds with Drake's body as Brock returns to the doctor.
Eddie, I'm sorry.
What? The test says you're an idiot, and it's terminal.
Your heart has atrophied.
Anne tries to convince Brock to get rid of Venom. Yeah, what do you think of Anne now, you dumbass symbiote?
I like her.
Thus, they use a high frequency to separate the two.
Where do you think you're going? Anywhere other than here.
I still like you. Call me Naughty Melted Licorice. It's my screen name on several BDSM sites.
But because this film can't go 1 second without Hardy pouring sweat, sweating and face covered in shit, that seems to be his big two. He's kidnapped by Drake, who asks him where Venom is.
We've brought the planet to the brink of extinction. We're parasites. What I've initiated is a whole new world, a new species.
Does it even matter anymore?
What?
The villain's plan. It's always some variation of humanity sucks, so it must be balanced out by people dying or giving up free will.
Come on, though, it's balanced out with Hardy constantly acting like a wrench is crunching his balls.
One of these creatures up my ass. That is the ugliest looking I have ever seen.
Truth be told, Drake starts off as kind of a fun villain, having a delivery that's almost as eccentric as Hardy's.
You're insane.
That hurts.
Sorry.
Long journal entry about that tonight.
But over time, he just becomes another stock villain who turns into a big, dumb monster to fight. And for all his genius, he still can't figure out when he's clearly being scammed.
They will follow wherever I lead.
Where we lead?
Yes, we.
It's just like how I plan to do terrible things to your body after this review is over.
Wait. You mean we do terrible things to my body?
Sure.
Eddie is taken out to be shot, but he tries to steal the gun away. Only to have it not work. Okay, I'll give credit. I've never seen that in a movie before. Right. It makes the scene entirely pointless, but Jackie Chan movies would be a lot shorter if they utilized that.
This is mind your own business, old man. Stay in the car.
Damn.
But it looks like he's saved by Anne, who allows the symbiote to possess her. She kisses him, though, putting the suit right back on him.
Hi, Eddie.
Whoa.
See, now come on, that was pretty cool. We had a lady Venom for a minute. That was pretty neat.
Not as neat as you think.
Oh, God.
Okay, who are you?
All right, let's do this one last time. We are She-Venom, aka Anne Wade. To save my life from a gun wound, the Venom symbiote was placed on me, resulting in the deaths of several people. When the symbiote was removed, Anne couldn't take the pressure that she had killed so many. The mental scars, her crimes, and the symbiote drove her to madness, causing her to commit suicide, only adding to the agony of the tormented Eddie Brock.
Good God!
Yes, and here she's...
An excuse for sexy fan art?
Pretty much.
Holy smokes, either Brock or Anne's stories would have been intriguingly heartbreaking.
Yes, now we have Eddie and Venom arguing over who's the biggest loser.
What? That can't be true.
Take a look.
On my planet, I am kind of a loser, like you. But here, we could be more.
That is the stupidest thing a character like that could say. That's like the Queen Alien being like,
You know, I've never been invited to many parties. You think it's my shoes? I think it's my shoes.
It doesn't even make sense. Venom says he formed a real friendship with Eddie, and that's why he wants to stay and save the world.
What really made you change your mind?
You did, Eddie.
But what chemistry did they have? They constantly disagree, fight over how to do things, and every second he can, Eddie tries to get away from him. It's like it knows in 90s buddy movies the duo argue and they eventually find things to bond over. But they forgot to write the things that they bond over. So they suddenly just like each other out of nowhere. I mean, what, because he said apologize to his ex, that suddenly means they're mates for life? Even that didn't sound right.
I am truly sorry for everything I have ever done to you.
Oh, that's nice.
It sounds more like Dr. Claw watching This Is Us.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh.
You can take this guy, right?
He has got shit you have never seen.
Oh, fuck it. Well, let's go save the planet.
Thanks again, First Class, for encouraging PG-13 movies to utilize that one F-bomb they have to use. Yeah, ever since they so brilliantly did it, suddenly every comic book movie has to have one F-bomb because, you know, it'll be just as brilliant.
Oh, fuck it. Go fuck yourself. Who the fuck are you?
Fuck off.
Was it worth it?
Sounds Xavier. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, it totally was. And this movie's obsession with starting out with a good action sequence, but each additional one gets shittier and shittier. I give this hideous climax that's so blurry, shaky, horribly CG'd, and dark red, it's like watching Transformers through a ketchup bottle that never stops shaking. Yeah, what was that line from earlier?
He has got shit you have never seen. And by shit, I mean spite! I'm easily impressed by spite! When I saw Bowser in Super Mario Brothers, I thought he was your god. You are nothing.
Yeah, he's totally dead, folks. Not coming back. What will we do in a world without a 24-hour Portlandia stutterer?
I can't. No, and What's the deal?
Venom, of course, revises him and blows up the rocket that was gonna take Riot to his planet to get reinforcements. Because this is a 90s movie in shit's clothing, let's end on the romantic couple on a sunny day in San Francisco clumsily giving us the epilogue.
I'm joining the public defender's office.
The network asked me to bring the show back.
Yeah, I'm sorry about Venom.
Look at her. She has no idea we are going to get her back.
Okay. Is this how you thought this movie would end? We have two people right out of a rom-com sitting on a San Francisco street saying to each other,
Yeah, I'm sorry about Venom.
Unless the poster looks like this is not how a Venom movie should end! I mean, God, all that's missing is...
Good Lord, look at that. Look at the time. I have to go.
So that's my story. I have no idea how Venom and me are gonna make it in this crazy world, but as long as there's still a chance for love, there's a chance at anything.
Hey, don't give up on her. Either of you.
I look forward to you being the only good thing in Captain Marvel.
But can we get something to eat now?
Yeah, definitely. I know a place down here.
And by down here, I mean a 3-hour walk, seeing how it is now clearly dark outside. They must have really good ho-hos there. Once again, the place is robbed, causing Venom to save the day. What the hell are you?
We are Venom.
He apparently eats him, but as you can see, there's no blood on the ground at all. So, did he eat the gun? The jacket? That hair alone is not gonna come out right in the shitter. But what do you expect when you're PG-13 to death? Oh, it's almost awful! Oh, but it's not done there. There's an after-credit sequence, of course, as Eddie visits Ronald McDonald Lecter, played by Woody Harrelson.
When I get out of here, there's gonna be carnage.
All right, let's do this one last time. My name is Carnage.
Save it for the next one!
So, Critic, now that you know what Venom could have been, what do you think of it now?
Keep in mind, we are hungry.
Well, it's a terrible Venom movie, which is saying a lot, but it is kind of a fun, albeit awkward send-up to 90s tropes. Whether it's aware it's doing it or not. Every cliche in this movie is laughable, but it's so hard to say it's painful if you like those corny 90s adventures. Hardy's performance is so goofy and he's going so all out, it's hard not to enjoy it. It's short and relatively harmless if you're not a fan of Spider-Man. If you are, then yeah, this is a big slap in the face compared to what it could have been. We could have had a dark, in-depth psychological dive into a man, hell, even a couple losing their minds fighting their literal inner demons. What we got is a clumsy little adventure, but what we deserve is so much more when it comes to this material. Maybe at some point we'll get the Venom movie that explores the possibilities of this material to the fullest, but until then, we're just gonna have to keep waiting.
I'm disappointed, Critic.
Well, everybody was somehow by this movie.
No, disappointed that you failed to bring up that there is a good Venom movie.
Really? What's it called? Holy shit, Miles Morales from the best Spider-Man movie there ever was!
Heard you had a Venom problem, so I'm here to kick their Spidey asses back to the Spider-Verse.
Now this is the action-packed climax a review like this deserves. I'm the Nostalgia Critic, and what the hell am I doing? No!
You didn't let me finish.
Why would you do that?
There is a good Venom movie.
You killed them. You killed them all.
It deserves more attention.
Who cares about your stupid movie? You went from friendly to psycho just like it! Oh my god. You're not a symbiote, are you?
No.
You're...
the AI from Upgrade.
Oh!
This is the real Venom movie. It's dark and twisted, has amazing action, disturbing surprises around every corner. I wanted to use your review show to let people know a real Venom movie existed, and if they want more films like it, they better check it out.
Okay, I think you got your point across.
Good. Say the thing.
I'm the Nostalgia Critic, and... see Upgrade.
It's the real Venom movie.
Am I ever gonna get control of my body back?
No, I see what you do at night.
That's fair.
I don't understand how Upgrade is a Venom movie.
I haven't seen that either.
You haven't?
I've heard it's good, but it's just
Dude.
it's a horror film. Like, you know, how is it related to Venom?
Well, it's not related to Venom, but how the character is in the film.
They're just basically saying if you like backstories that are as dark and in depth as Venom, it's like you probably enjoy Upgrade, is what he's saying, I guess.
Pretty much. Well, the film's dark. Like Upgrade goes dark with with what's happened to the main character. What's happened to the main character is something like absolutely awful.
Me and Jacob should. You've seen it already, right?
Yes.
Me and Jacob should watch it and record it for Halloween this year.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. That'd be fun.
I'm down.
All right. Well, yeah, I guess.
Well, I don't think I'm gonna go watch a Venom.
Well, you don't have to after seeing this.
No. See, here's the thing about it is basically like I said going into it, I was like, all right, so I haven't read the comics. I don't really know much of anything about him. So I'm just judging it based off of what I see in the movie. And so I had a lot of fucking fun with it, and I thought it was a pretty decent movie. And then obviously I get out and everybody's like, yeah, it kind of sucked. And I'm just like, really? Like,
well,
see, that's the benefit of just not having read the source material sometimes. It's like you can actually enjoy things better for what they are. But now that I've heard what it could have been, it's like I like it less, and I don't really give a shit about it anymore. So, I mean, it kind of blows. Like, honestly, I'd rather, if I enjoyed something, just not listen to the reasons why it sucks. Like, and just enjoy it most of the time. Like,
well, ignorance is
like,
bliss.
Yeah, basically.
Excuse me. But yeah, overall, I'd say it's not the worst Spider-Man Spider-Verse movie, but it's up there. It's up there as not a good one. But
fair enough.
Hey, at least there's very few things that I would say are like good about it, but hey, at least Tom Hardy was fun in the film. At least that's one thing. And Venom did look good. Venom looked really good in this. All right, well,
just kind of sucks now knowing it wasn't what it was meant to be. Even so, like, even if he did a good job, he did a good job at something that wasn't written right to start with. So
true. Well, you got to remember, one of the main writers on the original Venom storyline was Todd McFarlane, same guy who did Spawn.
Yeah.
So of course it's gonna go dark, because Jesus, Tom McFarlane gives no fucks.
I think they should toss that out, forget about the Carnage movie they teased, and still keep Woody Harrelson, on deck, but just be like, we need to go back and we need to make an R-rated Venom that is written the correct way with, regards to the source material, and then we can make a Carnage movie after that if we want to with Woody Harrelson, as Carnage.
That could work.
I just think there's no point in continuing on something that's already that fucked up, in my opinion. So, know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
Unless they can somehow retroactively make it a lot more fucked up in the next one, but I doubt it.
They could go rated R with it and then take it on a whole different path. It'd be all right.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I guess with Andy Serkis taking over, I don't know what they're going to do. But I will say this. I mean, Andy Serkis is a good director. Yeah. So here's the hoping. So, again, everybody, thank you all very much for tuning into this. This was the Nostalgia Critics review of Venom. Let us know what you all thought in the comments down below. And if you want to see the original video, links in the description. If you want to see more from us, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell. Check out our Patreon and our Discord. And until next time, signing off, I'm Nate.
I'm Jacob.
I'm Nick.
And we'll see you in the next one, everybody. Peace out.